How's it going? Alright, so we're gonna do a Bloodborne walkthrough, and for this, we're gonna start a new game. And, yeah. This is kind of creepy, just to say. This game is a bit on the weird side. So, just to let everybody know, this is gonna get a little creepy, so if you're faint of heart, you shouldn't be watching this. But, yeah, dude has no eyeballs, man. Alright, so here we're gonna enter our name, and we're gonna choose our gender. So we're gonna stay male, and we're gonna go mature, just cause. I mean, I'm mature, I'm not young. And then this actually is kind of really important, just so you guys know. So you want to try to find something that is more balanced and a little bit easier to control. So what we want to do is we're going to use military veteran, because it gives us almost 10 in everything except for blood tinge and arcane, which we can slowly level those up through through everything else, and can change our appearance and voice and everything else. But I already have a default that I like to use. So, oh, I just ruined it. Okay, well then I can just show you guys my favorite default. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I like to make it look like my character's slowly turning, just because, I mean, it makes more sense, you know? There we go. So, it's time to start the game, guys. That is a good weapon, Ludwig's Holy Blade. It is something you really want a gun for. We are going to be getting it in this game, in these walkthroughs. I'm not entirely sure what part we're going to be at when we get there, because I'm not the greatest at this game. I will now.
All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens,
So
you may think it all a mere bad dream.
That guy is actually kind of important. I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm sure you've already spoiled it for yourselves, so you all already know, I think. But he actually does have 3 different endings that you can go to for the game. So, but here is one of the tougher parts of this game. They help you. They stick all
Found
this.
yourself a hunter.
They worship you. So, the hunt. Kind of creepy, yeah? It's alright. So, this door doesn't open from this side. But we can go in this way. Reeks of liar. That comes in handy later on, just so you know. You'll figure it out later. Okay, so just a quick secret. You don't actually have to fight this guy. You can run right past him. And then open this door here. And he actually just goes back to his spot. Now, this way, actually, you can't get to until later on in the game. And it's closed by the device that's back there. And there's a reason why, and you trust me, you don't want to go back that way until later on in the game. But we do have to die eventually, just so you know. You do have to die before you can get any weapons or anything, but it's good to just show you guys where we're going, okay? So, what we're going for is that switch right here, this one. We're gonna pull that switch. So I really don't want to die by this guy, but I'm probably gonna have to. So I might as well just do it. But I kind of want to get up this fucking ladder real quick, so I can get my lantern lit. Because this is the first lantern that you come to, and it's actually really important. So let's go on and go into the Hunter's Dream today, and let's see what's up in here. I will let you guys know that insight is the most important thing in this game, and you should really work your hardest to keep all of your Madman's knowledge and all of your other any type of thing like that. Don't use it, essentially. Don't use it right away, because it does become important later on in the game, and there are some creatures that can suck that out of you. So you definitely want to make sure you're not using that right away. You don't want to just spam it because it's there. Alright, so here's where we buy things. She actually, you can talk to her later on, and this is where you get your first set of weapons. I always go with Hunter's Axe, just because it's got so much range. And I always go with the hunter's pistol, just because it's a little deadlier than the blunderbuss. And you get your notebook here, and this is where you can talk to this said guy.
Aha! Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gairman, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven.
You always want to
hunters.
talk to people more than once until they start to
Workshop
repeat
where
themselves.
hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
Alright, now we can put our gear on, and you always want to put your hunter pistol and your hunter's axe in the same hand. And in the first hand. You want to put it first. This is where you can fortify your weapons using bloodstones, which we don't have any, but we will get them soon. And you can also repair them. You can also fortify using other things. This memory altar comes in handy later on. You actually have to go fetch the workshop tool, so that's actually an important thing to get. And you can't actually talk to her until you get 1 insight. But you can trade blood echoes for these guys. Don't worry about this, because you'll get more stuff later on. Don't buy anything from this except for blood vials and Molotov cocktails. Those are really important later in the game. And until you get a more of an inventory from that, you really don't want to be wasting blood echoes for anything other than blood vials and Molotov cocktails, because those really all come in really a lot of handy. They really do. And later on in the game, you'll find that the stuff is really expensive that you have to buy, and you want to get your items out of the way before you start working on your levels. So you want to spend a lot of time in this place here, Central Yarnum. But what we're actually gonna do is return back to the Hunter's Dream. I know you're probably wondering why we're doing this, but we're gonna go back and talk to Yosefka. She's actually in the place that you start. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right here, and we're gonna click first room, 6th floor. Throwing knives are actually pretty awesome. I mean, they do stagger pretty well, so it doesn't cause a whole lot of damage, but they do stagger pretty well, so they are useful. Don't use any poison knives, except for on bosses. Those are essential on bosses. A lot of them, except for the bosses that are immune to poison, which sucks. They're really hard to fight sometimes. Alright, so what we're going to do is turn around here. See, now we're in Yosefka's clinic, and we're going to talk to her.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry.
You can actually see her right there.
This is all that I can do. Now,
you get Yosefka's blood file, which is important for
and
later
good
on.
hunting.
And this is not the last time we're going to be going to Yosefka's clinic. but it is going to be the last time that we go there until we beat at least 4 other bosses, I believe. I can't remember how many it is. Alright, that's always important to kill that guy, because he doesn't respawn. So you kill him once and he's dead. But now we can go ahead and kill this guy. This guy does respawn, so just remember that. He will spawn in again. So does this guy. And that guy. But we're going to have an item right here. 6 Molotov cocktails. And remember, we've already pulled the ladder, which you want to do first. You want to pull the ladder and just go straight to the dream. You don't want to die from the werewolf. You want to go straight to the dream. And then you want to spawn back in at the first floor sick room. And now from here, we're going to go to the right. To the left, there is a shortcut, actually. And you can talk to this guy right here.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This time, whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the east of Deep Within, I haven't heard of Pale Blood. That's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique. Across Deep Within, I have that.
There we go, he's repeating himself. You always want to make sure you talk to people until they repeat themselves, just because sometimes they give you things, other times they don't. So we do have an ambush waiting for us right here, so what you want to do is just wait for them, because then you can actually just kind of mess them up really quick. And here we have this guy. This is pretty easy to strike, and this guy's pretty easy to strike as well. I suggest you not take on this mob, but I'm going to, because I've worked out how to do it. But what you want to do is you want to get him up here, and you want to use the height to your advantage. And you want to make them come to you. There's going to be a couple of rushes, so you want to make sure to take them out pretty quickly. That guy, he's going to rush as well, so you want to make sure that you are aware of that. And then you want to come down here. Don't go to the left. You are not ready to go to the left yet. That big guy will kill you instantly almost. So just don't gain aggro from him, don't acknowledge him, just pull the switch and open up that gate there. It's a shortcut to come right here. So you can essentially come right behind the patrol here and mess them up right there. I never do. I just kind of always come down this way There's also this guy here you can talk to.
You that outsider?
He's kind of mean.
Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will you?
Doesn't give you anything.
Well, sorry, trot along.
And he only talks to you once. And he says pretty mean things. Trot along, will ya? Get out of here, will ya? And then you can talk to this one over here.
Yo, come on. You'd open that door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Don't forget about this guy. He's always the one at the last end of it. So, remember him. There is a mob up here, so you do want to be careful. And we're going to get this guy. He's only got quicksilver bullets, but you don't want him attacking you. There's an item up here, but you don't want to go for it. You want to dodge roll. And then attack this guy here. He will ambush you. And it's a bloodstone shard, so it's kind of important. And there's an ambush waiting for you here, so you want to dodge away out of that. And then pick him off right there. If you go over this way, you will catch aggro from a couple of people down there while you're fighting this guy here. But it's okay, because you can just come in. A bit of room to work, because there is a couple of them, so you don't want to mess your chances up of doing this the right way. Oh. I think I can give this guy a visceral attack. Oh, nope, I cannot. Oh, how did he... Okay, so here we can lure these guys. We're gonna start with this one, so he's closest. You want to stay away from that sniper, because he can hit you from this one. Oh, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is run this way. I'm gonna lure these guys out here. There's a sniper up the top there, and there's one there, and there's a dog behind that carriage. So you want to make sure that you're waiting for this second patrol to get down here, because they will catch aggro from you. So just want to make sure that you aggro one at a time. So if you try to aggro them all, one of those guys will definitely pick you off. Alright, so now we're gonna go up here. We've taken out all the other guys. So what we wanna do is go right here. Take this guy out first. And then the dog is gonna notice you, so he will come up the stairs for you. You just gotta wait for him. Oh, maybe he won't. There we go. Come on, puppy. So his bullets are pretty easy to dodge. You gotta dodge them the right way. I did not there, obviously. So don't do what I did. That's for sure. Don't worry. You can come pick this item up. It's okay. You won't have to worry about that thing breaking through. Now, if you're like me and you just killed everything, and now you have to go get all the items, then that's okay, because that's how I like to do it. They don't respawn in until you've gone back into the Hunter's Dream, so remember that. Cold Blood Dew is effective when you're in the Hunter's Dream and you've been killed and you have no heals. So save all of your Cold Blood Dews and any Cold Blood items that give you echoes. Like I said, bloodstones are super important as well, so you want to make sure you're collecting as much of those as you can. This is a shortcut here, but we're not going to take it just yet. Right now we're going to talk to some whores.
You're from round here? Well, style you.
They just start laughing at you and then they go about their whore business. So, you have to kill this guy, just so you know. You actually do, otherwise he notices you because of you fighting the people over there. So, you want to stay on his edge. Then you definitely don't want to let him get with you with that brick, because if he hits you with that brick, you're so screwed. These are important items, just so you know. You got a torch now. That comes in handy later in the game, and you don't have the Hunter's Lantern yet. I do recommend buying that as soon as you see it pop up in your shops. The Hunter's Lantern. A weapon in both hands, and they'll have light. And these guys only have to give you pebbles or antidote, so alright, and up here you've got to watch out, because those dogs, they do catch initiation, and there is a patrol right there, so you want to kill that second dog quickly. You don't want to get bum rushed by everybody and the two dogs. And then now you can take this guy out. And what I suggest you do is skip going up here initially. Okay. What you want to do is you want to come, well, okay. You want to come up this way, but you don't want to go up here and fight everything. You just want to straight run and go down to your left, and you're going to come over here, and this is the center of where the town hall is, where you just killed that mob, or didn't kill that mob, whichever you did. And then you come over here and you break all this stuff. There is an item here, the bloodstone shard, kind of important. Like I said, you're gonna go to the left, break things here, and you're gonna descend this ladder, okay? And you can hold circle to descend, and then you want to descend this one as well. I didn't see this one at first, so I just started dropping down. But you really don't want to, because there isn't any good items on there. So there isn't anything beyond that. As you can see, there are werewolves down here, so we got to be careful here, guys. This one doesn't come all the way down, so you're good over here when you come down that ladder. But that one doesn't go all the way there either, so he stops halfway through. And so I suggest you take this guy on first, because he's the furthest of everybody. And what you want to do is you want to wait for him to come back, and you want to hide over here. So you want to make sure you got eyes on that guy. You guys got eyes on that guy. Trust me, these guys are really hard when you first start out, and I might die right now actually. So, just to let you guys know, this might be my first death here. Alright, now so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sneak up on this guy, and we're gonna do a visceral attack, okay? So a visceral attack is oh, I didn't get there. Alright, so it's alright, we can still do our attack. Oh yeah, alright, I didn't die. So this guy might be a little bit easier to do the visceral attack on. We'll find out. Because you want to go from that guy to this guy. You don't want to go down that ladder yet. You want to kill all these people first, so you can have free roam of the top area. Now, we're gonna wait for this guy to turn around, get to over the bridge. Now we're gonna start walking. I suggest you don't take this guy on without your long version of this, because he has a strike, that one. When he hits you with that, when he initiates that, it does a rapid multi-strike, so you definitely want to watch out for that. I know there's a couple of items down there, but we're gonna wait to go down there because that's a maze. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over this way. We're gonna drop down on this. Grab this item first. This is the only way you can do this and grab this item, so you want to make sure you do that first. And then what I like to do is just shoot this rat to death, because he kind of screws you if you don't, because there is an ambush waiting for you here. And it's the same type of guy that was up there that we just finished fighting. So again, remember, you have you have the length here, you have the reach, so you want to use that to your advantage. Oh, okay. He does a lot of damage, guys. You want to be careful. There's that rapid strike. You want to wait for it to finish and then come back in. So be careful with this one, guys. And here's gonna get our first costume. This is our first set of garbs, so we're just gonna go ahead and switch over to that because it's so much better than what we're currently wearing. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go open a bunch of shortcuts. Okay? This is gonna get confusing, so make sure you're following with me, okay? We're gonna head for that ladder right there, alright? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come right here. We're gonna fall right there. We're gonna get on this place and fall down here. And you will take some fall damage, it's okay. And you wanna run for this ladder because there's an ambush right there. That's a whole mess of dead body people. It's really gross. So we're gonna come up here to this ladder, way up here. This is an important ladder. This will get you through a lot of stuff through this first set of areas. This one and another. Alright, so right here, we're gonna kill these birdies. You want to make sure that you are following in suit with which ones are getting closer to you. Here I recommend just one of these. A lot of times you can get the other one with that second strike, so I didn't, but that's your first madman's knowledge, or second, depending on where you've been. I like to get the items first, and then I go for the bosses, but that's just me. So here we're going to do a visceral attack on this guy, okay? You want to slow up, walk slowly to him. So we're going to creep up just a little bit, just so we have right about there, and then break it. And then we're going to L2. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay. Alright, we got him though. He's dead. Alright, and now from here we're gonna go talk to this dude, this chick, I think.
Wretched outsider.
Yep.
Trying to fool me to open this door. Heavens, the depths of depravity.
Alright. There's that, lady. So now we're gonna go up here. Go up this ladder. Alright. Now this chick is very important. You want to talk to her.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? Did you really look for my mum? Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone.
So you want to agree to find the girl's mother?
My mum was a red jeweled brooch. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, it plays one of Daddy's favorite songs.
That music box is extremely important. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the back end of our inventory and we're gonna equip the music box, okay? That is important. What you want to do there is equip the Molotov cocktails. And pebbles are useful. They attract enemies. If you don't have any Quicksilver bullets, then they are extremely useful to use. Okay, so this gate opens up to where we've already killed the dog and the big guy. So remember, we've killed the dog and we've killed the big guy. And here I forgot an item, so I'm gonna pick it up. Some more cold blood dew. I actually forgot 2 items, just because I didn't want to mess with the birds just yet. There's a pack of birds over here. I believe it's just 2. Oh, I didn't. We'll do this. And oil. Oil is very essential, especially if you plan on using Molotov cocktails, like I'm about to. So I'm actually gonna replace my pebbles with my oil, and we're gonna go kill some werewolves, guys. Actual full-on bloody werewolves. And I'm gonna show you the cheats first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run just right past them. Just run. Even if they attack you, just run. They'll follow you. There will be an ambush, so be careful. You want to stand here and you wait for that other guy to come in, because he does. Get him, and then there's another one here. Pick him off, and then you want to come to this corner here and you wait, and then pick him off as well. You can grab this cold blood dew. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the door, because the werewolves, see, they're still there. And I'm gonna hit one of them with an oil urn, and then I'm gonna switch to my Molotov. And then now I can strike. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy. Yep. And now we're oh, he got me. Now we're gonna get him. Alright. So now we got blood vials galore. Alright, so you're gonna go down these stairs, and there's gonna be an ambush waiting for you, so be careful. Oh, shit. There we go. And then don't try to talk to this guy. You wanna lock onto him, because he will shoot you and kill you. Alright. This is a note. When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the great bridge to Cathedral Ward as Old Yarnum burned to the ground that moonlit night. It's very important. I mean, it's confusing until you start to get them all together. So from here, we're going to go to the left, okay? We're going to open this door, and we're going to go straight up this way. This guy is going to initiate, so we want to wait for him to get down, and then just give him a good wallop. Now we're going to pick this item up, bloodstone shards. They're extremely important, guys. We're going to come over here, and we're going to open this gate, because that's our shortcut out. Over this way. Just in case you don't defeat the cleric on your first run through. And now, so what we're going to do from here, guys, is we're going to go down here. We're going to make sure our Molotov cocktails are equipped. We're going to wait for the little guy, which is that one. And we're going to lock onto him. We're going to get right up behind him. And we're going to toss a Molotov at his head. But, come on, big guy. And then we're going to give him a good 1-2 punch. Now we want to get out of the range of this guy, because he will be coming as well. We're going to Molotov this guy too. See, we just killed the other one. And now we're going to come over here. Make sure you're collecting the blood vials, guys. Always keep your blood vials. Alright. So, now what we're going to do, we're going to come up this way. You're gonna come around this corner here. You're gonna open this door. This is an essential door. That door that you were just in, see? Goes this way now. So we can skip the trolls, which is important. And from here, you're gonna go up the stairs if this is your first run through. You go up these stairs. You're gonna go to the left and search this body, get some cold blood dew. That actually leads to the bridge. So if you haven't killed your werewolves yet, you can just dodge down this way. Come here, but I suggest going the way I did because it's a little easier and you can pick up your gear. Now, so from here, you're gonna kill every dog that's here, okay? You wanna kill them all. You can only lock onto 1 or 2 of them, I believe. But you wanna make sure you're killing every one of these dogs that's in here. Because they do get out. If you leave them alive, they will get out and they will ambush you. And they will mess you up. So from here, we're gonna kill this one. Oh, that guy kind of messed me up. I recommend if you don't, if you don't have their attention, good old visceral attack was just great.
You're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
She's important later. Very important later. For right now, we're not going to initiate a talk with her. And it's very important to remember, guys, do not initiate this chick, okay? If you want, you can come over here and cut these down really quick. Pick up this. There's nobody else up here, so you guys should be just fine to do so. Come cut this one as well. And then, I believe those are just a couple of shards, if I'm wrong, or if I'm correct. Shards, if I'm wrong, they're cold bloods. I'm not sure which ones. So this is Eileen Crow. She's very important.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Those are important.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
You want to make sure you're talking to her again.
What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts? No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
And there we go. That's the last time you can talk to her. She basically tells you after that that a hunter should hunt. And then she starts to repeat herself. Okay, so I suggest that you come down this way first. And what you do, you will take fall damage. Remember that. No matter what you do, you will take some fall damage. Okay? And I suggest you come up over here and you take this guy out first. Because he's the guy that comes up over here. Right where Eileen the Crow's entrance is. I can show you guys how to cheese Eileen the Crow later, but I personally don't want to. I would much rather do her story to show you guys how to do that. A successful visceral attack. Alright. Alright, so from here we're gonna go this way. And search this body. And then we want to kill this guy. And we need to come back around this corner. See that guy there? So he's essentially on a path. He just doesn't go anywhere between these two walls. So alright. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop down. I suggest dropping down on this side first because there's a pack of rats right here. And they will initiate. So you want to make sure you're just bum rushing them really quick. You can search this body. There's 2 bloodstone shards. Those are always useful, guys. Make sure you check every hole in this area because there's rats everywhere. So you don't want to get bum rushed by a rat. They do a lot of damage early on in the game, especially when you don't have enough health. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna turn around this way. Come over here. We're going to initiate these 2 rats because there's something back here that we want. One of them will come down just so be careful. There's a good me. There's Madman's knowledge. You will have to drop down again and do this all over again. For that item, if you wish to have it. It's probably some more bloodstone shards, so they are useful. Make sure you're grabbing those if you can. Now, you won't have any enemies over this way, right here in this initial area, so you should be fine. But I suggest you go up the ladder. And this ladder will take you back to the entrance of that area over there. You will be getting shot at, so it's okay. Just go in, run in anyway. Oh. Alright, so now here I'm gonna go back down, grab this thing. The saw spear. Oh yeah, the saw spear is pretty good too. It's not as good as that, but it still has its advantages. It's pretty quick, I'll tell you that. Now you can come this way, and if I'm right, there's nothing. Couple of hidey holes, I believe. Now you can skip this ladder. We're gonna skip it. Excuse me. We're gonna go all the way around to right here, and we're gonna take this ladder back up. You guys remember this ladder? Oh wait, no, we don't want to take this ladder. I'm sorry. We want to go down this ladder now. Okay, so there's a secret here, guys. Molotovs. Very useful. These guys are extremely affected by Molotovs. And most Molotovs do an area of effect. So remember, guys, you want to be careful how you walk through this. I prefer my hunter's axe just because I don't know why. I just really love this thing. I use it all the way up until I get Ludwig's blade. So. Alright, so, I think there's nothing in here, pretty sure, yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do from here, guys, we're gonna go this way. There's a couple more of these guys in this thing, so just be careful how you come at them. Make sure you're healed up correctly, and you want to use some length. Give yourself some distance away from them. I prefer to use my left L2 strike with my hunter's axe because it's a quick 1, 2, 3. If I'm right, these birdies, they do, yep, there we go. They fall down. There's another one there. You probably, alright, there we go. Yeah, put it back up, birdie. Remember, those birds do a lot of damage, guys, so be careful how you run this thing. Alright, there's another ambush right here, so be careful. It's right there. And those guys. So you want to make sure you're killing these guys before you go that way. Because I don't know if you can see that shadow, but there's a giant piggy right there. You do want to come get this guy because he's guarding something. It's kind of important, especially for late game, or sorry, early game. Redstone shards are early game, and you want to be fully healed up before you come this way, okay? Because this is the way you want to go, and you want to run halfway through it and then stop and then run me all the way through it, okay? Because he will get you. And this guy does a lot of damage. You just want to grab that hunter's badge and take off running this way. Go through this door here. And he's made it down here, so now we can just use this tight space to our advantage. And just give him a good wall up here. Pick up those blood vials, because they're important. Now we're going to go back for this other item. The most important one is that one, the Saw Hunter badge. That's the most important item over there. Now you want to go over this way back to the door we ran to. And you want to come up these stairs, or this ladder here. Now, you don't want to go this way initially, okay? I'm doing this just because I want the levels. I want those souls. This is actually the second boss, Gascon. So we won't be fighting this boss first off. So that's why I said this is the secret way. You want to go this way first, because that guy is a one hit after you do that. And he's pushed a giant boulder down here and killed a whole mess of people. but we're gonna go down this bridge. This bridge doesn't lead you to Gascon, but it's okay. We're gonna come over here, pick up this item. This bridge, this ladder leads you back to where we were just at. See all the dead bodies. But what we want to do is go to the left here, and you want to pull this. Just get on here. So this is where we fought those 2 giant trolls and opened up that door over here, if you guys remember correctly. So from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back around this way. Come over here. Come up this way. There's our werewolves we killed. Now, you don't have to fight these guys. Okay? I don't recommend fighting them because those birds alone can mess you up right before they leave. But you definitely don't want to die before this boss fight. So otherwise you lose 70 or 7,000. But you do get your first set of insight for meeting up with the boss. See, we just gotta come in here, meet the boss, and I'm gonna grab my Bold Hunter's March, and then we're gonna go reawaken. You wanna make sure you do that. You wanna make sure you reawaken at the first boss. Because then now what we're gonna do is since we have our first set of insight, we have 1 insight. We can go back and talk to the doll now. The doll will be available to you. So, actually, I think it's right about now. You can talk to her again, and
You are safe, thank goodness. But I'm afraid nothing will change my mind. I cannot. Please, try to understand. I pray for your safety. You are safe, but please,
you want to make sure that you're initiating a talk with that door a couple of times. For each time you fight the cleric, go through, talk to her again, fight Father Gascon, go through, talk to her again, and then so on and so forth. You want to keep going through and talking to her until you get to the Forbidden Forest and get to her back entrance. See, there's the doll. So this is going to be a gift from the... so now since we have our first set of insight, we have blanks, and we have the silencing blank, and the beckoning bell, and the old
Hello,
hunter's
good
bell.
Hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable Hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
So, you can talk to her?
Did you speak with Gammon? He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose. Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
So guys, I recommend starting with strength or arcane or blood tinge, because blood tinge affects how well your bullets do damage, and arcane affects the power of an arcane attack, And it also, there are going to be some items that you get later in the game that if you don't have a specific arcane, you won't be able to use. Especially early on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with strength. So we're going to level strength up to 20. No, we're not, actually. So what we're going to do is start with that, make it even, and then go up to... And yeah, we'll go strength higher than that. So these increase every time you level up. It increases the amount that you have to use to pay. So what I like to do is every time I don't get enough. I mean, I do my levels. I come in and I buy some blood vials, just because. I mean, it's one of the things that you need, and it's extremely important that you use it. So. Now guys, from here what we're going to do, we're going to go into Central Yharnam, and if you want to, you can go through and rerun the whole level and kill everything again, but none of the items are going to be there. So since we've picked all the items up, and we've cleared all the level, what we're going to do is we are going to go kill the cleric. He is really hard to kill, guys. Yeah. I don't suggest doing what I do unless you have at least played this game a couple of times, or know how I go about to do this, because what I'm gonna do, it's kind of a back and forth between locking on and not locking on. So what we're gonna do is come over here. Make sure we kill these guys. You know, they're here. Why not grab them? He drops Quicksilver bullets always. So just remember, if you're low on QS bullets, come kill that guy. He's got like 3 or 4 of them. So we can get a visceral attack on this guy if we do it right. So we're gonna try to, okay? And there it is. So if you want to, you can kill these werewolves. If you want to. If you don't want to, and you don't want to kill anything, just take off running. Come running this way, and then click on the nightmare fog. And here you are, here's the cleric. Okay, so what I suggest you do is don't lock on. You want to stay locked off, and you want to initially start rolling around, and then you want to lock on. So he's probably going to kill me with this one hit, because I don't have very much health. Oh, he didn't. Alright, cool. So you can actually dodge that. I didn't. I suggest using your long version of your thing. Whatever weapon you use, you want to use your transformed version. And he is very, very susceptible to fire. So Molotovs are very important. Jump as much as possible, because you can roll out of that and then hit him with a heavy, and that is going to be what's going to save you a lot. Make sure you're dodging. He's going to go left to right or right to left. He does it every time. Here he's going to try to do a weird blood tinge move. So right as he gets to do it, yeah, see, he's trying to grab me there. There we go. You want to make sure you're hitting that arm, that big one. As you hit that big arm, it starts to shrink. Remember, you want to try to make him do a jump move, and definitely stay away from those swipes. that he starts to do that, he'll slam his hand in the ground, and it'll make him stuck. And you can initiate a couple of heavy attacks, but it actually is not a good idea to do because he yanks his hand back out, and you want to make sure you're staying on his back end as much as you can. There we go. For that triple strike, because he starts to do that when he's really low. Comes at you with a triple strike. So when you start to charge up like that, you want to charge him because he is a lot more susceptible to your attack. But he does also do a lot more damage to you guys, so you be careful. What we're going to do is we're going to charge him now, do a jump attack. And there it is. So now we're going to light this lamp and we're going to pick up our item. So that's 10 quicksilver bullet. Not all that important. This door is extremely important later on in the game. It doesn't do anything, it never opens, but it actually connects a lot of this world, because that's the Cathedral Ward right there, and that's where we're trying to get to. So now that we've killed him, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run back this way. And we're gonna come back down here. And if you did it the way I have done it, then everything here should be dead, so you should be just fine. Come talk to this guy.
Yet but the Great Bridge is the only way to the Cathedral Ward. And during the hunt, the bridge is closed. You could try the aqueduct. There's a rather, how shall I put it, colourful area south of the Great Bridge. From there, an aqueduct leads to the Cathedral Ward. Not a place you'd normally want to visit, but I don't imagine you have much of a choice, do you?
Alright, so now what we're gonna do, since we've talked to him and we've learned about our aqueduct, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back down this way. You're gonna cut through here. And you have two choices. You can go the long way, which is that way, kill a whole bunch of enemies, get a whole bunch of good stuff, or you can come right down here, cut right in this door here, and yes, they do initialize, and they do come through here, but they stop at the stairs, and they don't come any further, and then unless you come outside and attack them, they stay about their business. I'm feeling frisky today, apparently. So now we're gonna go back up here. You should have already gotten this. If you didn't, you can't go this way. You have to grab that shortcut before you do this. Like, so you have to go the way I showed you and grab the shortcut. See, those guys are still alive. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down this way. We're gonna descend the ladder. Then those birds do initialize as soon as you get down here, so... But don't worry about it, you're just gonna come running this way. And remember the pig. You wanna run all the way up to about halfway in, and then you just wanna take off running this way. Now, you can kill the pig if you wish. I don't normally kill the pig. Because... I feel it useless to kill this pig. But you can wait for him to get back to his normal spot, and then you can use a visceral attack. And it's a pretty funny visceral attack, if I can say so myself. You shove your hand up his butt, and then you rip it out. Alright, so you want to go this way to get to Gascon, okay? You don't want to go the other way. Because if you do, you get killed. Or you get ambushed by all of these guys that are right here. See, they all know you're here. They know you're here right now. That's why they're, see, they've come down. So what we want to do, we started running down and we want to get this way. Kill this guy. Kill that guy. Wait for our souls to get collected. Alright. Now, we have 2 werewolves here. You don't have to fight them, but they are guarding that. So what you can do is I would advise going for that one first. Just because he's the quickest. He's got the most range to him. And you want to make sure he is not fighting with his friends. You want to take that one alone. And this guy, you can literally walk up to him and visceral attack him. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna pick up this item, we're gonna pick up that item. Now we're gonna go out this way. And this, my friends, is Father Gascon. He is turning, and that's why he's doing this. He's that's why we had to kill him, because he's turning into a wolf. He's becoming a beast.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
So, this is where that music box comes in handy, guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stay right here by this. We're gonna wait for him to come in. We've got our long version out. We wanna make sure our music box is equipped. And we're just gonna play this tombstone to our advantage, okay? Here, we're gonna use our heavies. We just want to keep hitting him until he switches to his long axe. Because once he switches his long axe, everything changes. His whole mode of fighting changes. So, there we go. Should switch too soon. There it is, and he's switching.
What's that smell? The sweet blood.
There we go.
Oh, it sings to me.
So you want to make sure you stay a little bit back behind the tombstone again, because he can still use his pistol. So, and he does crazy heavy attacks. They are almost able to one-shot you. So you want to make sure you're careful and not to use. You don't want to use your music box until the end of this, until he fully transforms. Okay? Remember that. Once he is fully transformed, that's when we use our music box. Alright. So now these two stones are weak. He's gonna break through, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna come this way. I'm running over here. Oh wait, it's not the same over here. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. So you want to trap him between this thing. You want to trap him between that. And don't go for more than one. Oh, if he gets out, it's okay. Just come back around. You can come to this statue here, and he'll get back. He'll finally come in. Oh, it got me! I was just about to heal. Oh wow. Okay, guys. I really wanted to get to Cathedral Ward before I finish this, but I'm gonna call that part 1. Just because now that you guys know how to kill him, you want to save your music box for like the last few seconds, and then pop your music box, and when you do, he will be stuck in a trance almost, and you want to kill him then. Because you want to save it for like the last few seconds, like the last few hits that he's got, and then you want to just hit him with a heavy and a couple of left trigger swipes, and you'll be all right. But you guys have a good night, enjoy yourselves, and make sure to like and subscribe, and hit that little bell down there, and make sure you guys know that I'm getting more videos out. So. Thanks for joining me on part 1, and part 2 is coming out soon, so be waiting for that.